Good evening, all. Welcome to yet another Healthy Aging Series episode. Today we have with us Dr. Haldankar. Dr. Gaurav Haldankar is a senior consultant psychiatrist at the North Goa District Hospital. With extensive clinical, academic, and public mental health experience, he has been actively involved in suicide prevention, substance use treatment, and community mental health awareness across Goa. He has contributed widely through school-based programs, media engagements, research publications, and academic teaching. Dr. Gaurav also holds several leadership roles within the Indian Psychiatric Society and has a keen interest in child and adolescent psychiatry. He also serves as a secretary for the Psychiatric Society of Goa. His work reflects a strong commitment to accessible, evidence based, and compassionate mental health care. Today's topic is also screen addiction in elderly, which is very relevant to our generation and also like across generations. So we welcome you, sir.
Thank you for the kind introduction. I hope everyone can hear me.
Yeah, you are
You all
good.
can.
You are here.
Yes,
You
yes.
are heard. Absolutely no problem.
Thank you. Namaskara to everyone. Thank you for those kind words. And with this, I will begin my presentation. I would like to share my screen.
You
Hope
can.
this goes well. Everyone can see the screen. You all can give a thumbs up if yes.
Yeah, yeah.
What is
It is. It
coming?
is seen, doctor. It is seen.
Wonderful. Okay. Right. So I have in my topic said that screen addiction in the elder population or the ones I would call young again adults, okay, who have kind of use screens or use social media as a tool of engagement more than what we see in younger kids. Because as mentioned, I have a keen interest in the child and adolescent population and just wanted to highlight how screen use, social media use, mobile use is different in adults and youngsters. So, this is a question of today. Is screen addiction in the elder population real, or is it just a myth or a hype created today? Okay, so I will cover this topic, okay, in approximately 20 to 30 minutes, and then we will have time for discussion and question and answers. I will go through initially what addiction means. What does it mean to have screen addiction? Is it a real thing or just an imagination? Then we will go across few kind of difficulties which adults and elderly population face in terms of social media engagement and sometimes even the problematic fake calls or scams which go on, and in the end a bit of a discussion on how to kind of keep ourselves safe online and keep ourselves addiction free. So to begin my discussion, I would like to share a slide which shows the transition of communication and the transition of interaction between humans right from the olden ages. Okay, I've just gotten a depiction of the Harnidi inscriptions, which were supposed to be the first Kannada inscriptions, okay, found and documented. Okay, how things have changed from there to us sending letters across to our loved ones, which would sometimes take months to reach, to typing letters on the typewriter, to now we can kind of connect to our near and dear ones cross seven seas by just a click of a button. Communication has revolutionized the world, and we have got to definitely adopt it for betterment of our livelihoods. This is one premise which I start off with. Now, everyone or most people understand basically what we mean by addiction, right? Okay, and whenever you feel like this is to the audience, whenever you feel you've understood something, give me a heart or thumbs up or just comment something in the chat section. Okay, even if you have not understood. So we as psychiatrists, mental health professionals usually stay away from the word addiction because in our diagnostic systems, even while discussing with patients, we do not use this term addiction because it has a lot of negative connotations, a lot of negative stigma associated with it. We usually nowadays use terms like substance use disorder or internet use disorder. Addiction is just popularized by, the regular media or TV news channels. Just highlight the impact of what a substance use can do to a human body. And the questions may be arising in your mind. Is addiction, say, to alcohol or tobacco the same as screen addiction? Does anyone feel yes? Give me a thumbs up or a hearts emoji. If everyone feels, or comment yes in the chat section. Does anyone feel addiction to alcohol is almost same as being addicted to your phone?
Doctor, any kind of addiction is an addiction. Whether it
Any
is
kind
to,
of addiction is an
yeah, whether
addiction.
it is to a
Okay,
phone, yeah, phone or to a
fine.
screen or anything. Whatever, I mean, the
Oh,
addiction means that we are overusing that. And
overusing. Ah, so
probably we feel that we cannot exist without it.
okay. Yeah. So there's a very keen observation, but there are also keen differences between what we term as addiction, what we term as unhealthy use versus a habit. Even this is, these terms mean different things. Usually in clinical terminology, when we say addiction, there has to be definitely overuse of that thing, whatever thing it may be. It may be unhealthy use of that thing. Okay, there may be compulsive use of thing despite causing yourself certain harms in terms of relationship, workplace stressors. Then there are two more important criterias we use to define addiction is tolerance and withdrawal. Tolerance meaning today you use something in little quantity, tomorrow we want more of it. Right? That is called tolerance. And withdrawal is suddenly if you are taken off that thing, whatever it is, substance or a mobile phone, you feel anxious, you feel irritated, you feel you cannot do without it. That is one, very important sign of addiction. But in substance use and in mobile, what is the differentiating factor is there are very few physical withdrawal symptoms. It is mostly to do with emotions. You are, when you're addicted to, say, your phones, you are disconnected emotionally from day to day things which are happening around you. You are more connected to your phone than your relatives. Sometimes, even in children, we see this that they tend to lie to their parents more and more about their usage. They tend to minimize the usage. They tend to be very impulsive when it comes to people calling them when they are on the phone. So this is a very peculiar thing which we see in screen or mobile addiction in the younger population. Elderly, we will come to that. Okay. And how we differentiate from unhealthy use and habit formation? In unhealthy use, all the patterns of a person are almost same. You use very heavily, okay, day and night, okay, you cannot do without that. But in unhealthy use, it is still your functioning is still proper. Your functioning and your relationships are still proper. They have not gone for a toss. So we have got to make this fine difference between unhealthy use, a habit, and an addiction. Okay, because I've gone through now, I will be presenting this in the form of infographics. But these simple infographics contain a lot of information derived of around 50 to 60 research studies, which I have kind of read few of them, gone through most of them, and then concise this data into simple infographics for you all to understand. In elderly population, still it is seen that people report that they're addicted to phone, but in reality, by functional tests and by test markers, actually the risk population is only 18% and 2% are actually addicted. So we have got to be very smart when we are labeling ourselves as addicts or not, because it may be actually not true. So what are the physical signs and consequences you usually see when we say that, okay, a person has become kind of dependent on a particular substance? Here it is the phone. First of all, physical, okay, impacts are eye strain, poor posture. In poor posture, one very important thing is called a mobile neck. Okay, wherein constantly looking down on your phone. Okay, that is the posture we take, right? puts a load of more than 30 to 40 pounds on your neck, okay, which causes us to have different kinds of conditions as spondylosis, ankylosis, okay, and it is very, very bad in the elderly population if you have this poor posture. Sleep disturbances, very common when you use phone in the night. Okay, the blue light from the phone, okay, constantly disturbs our natural melatonin secretion, which you all might have heard in some previous lectures. Sedentary behavior, we usually do not move around a lot when we are browsing through phone, right? We are seated in one place. And people, okay, after the age of 40 do require a particular physical activity schedule, keep their to keep their physical health intact. Obviously, once you feel anxious, once you feel there is, you're not able to socially kind of get together with other people, you feel a reduced self-efficacy, you blame yourself. These are all the mental health impacts which happen post the addiction of screen use. In older adults, three vulnerability factors lead to excessive phone use. Okay, this we have seen is a differentiating factor between younger population, okay, and older adults. First is there is increased leisure time post retirement. Okay, many people kind of reduce their work after a particular age. So there's leisure time, and there is kind of physical, limitations. Phone becomes the most easiest option to kind of socialize or connect to the world. Okay, that is one vulnerability factor. Second is loneliness and alienation. Sometimes, you are not having that large of a circle. Many people may not have a larger social group along with them. Okay, unfortunately. Okay, so they seek emotional connections through online means. It can be a good sign also, which I will tell you next. But maximum screen addictions in the older adults happen due to family conflicts. Okay, and this is a repeated fact. This has been labeled in multiple systemic studies. Okay, that actually the family conflicts, difficulties communicating with the children is the primary factor for older adults going deep into screen use and addiction. Okay, so by understanding this, first I want to tell you what are the exact mechanisms of screen and social media addiction? Why does someone get on to the mobiles? One chemical which we want to highlight here, okay, which is very important for any kind of addiction or the dependence pattern is dopamine. Have you all heard of this dopamine anytime in your lives? Like, have you heard of this chemical
Yeah, yeah.
dopamine? Yes,
Very often we are hearing, doctor.
very often. Okay,
Yeah.
many of times you might be having, been told, or you might know that, okay, dopamine is the, chemical which causes addiction, it causes pleasure, it causes high, right? So that is the most thing you've heard about it. But do you know that dopamine is actually chemical which predicts a response? It is a chemical which actually defines our motivation and our commitment to a particular thing. How? I will tell you. Okay. Take yourselves back in older times. Imagine, okay, our forefathers, even much before any technology was there in the world. Okay. Imagine, say, hunter-gatherer world, millions of years ago. How would they, go about foraging, getting their food? They would kind of go to the, forests, collect small kind of berries or fruits, wait days to, hunt an animal if they are non-vegetarians. Okay, that time they had to, and then cook that. Okay, takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort, right? Only after working very hard for a long period of time, they would get a sense of satisfaction of self-fulfillment. Ki, ha, I have done something today. Okay, I've got my reward. What is happening now? Are we made to do a lot of work to get our food? Are we made to do a lot of effort to get praise? It is quick praise, right? It is quick validation. It is quick kind of rewards, which our brains, which have been developed over millions of years, are not accustomed to. And using any drug or excessive screen time hijacks your dopamine reward system to such an extent that usual rewarding behaviors which we all do, like meeting a friend, talking to our spouse, engaging in a leisurely walk, okay, or having a nice dinner with your family, okay, seems meaningless when our brain is hijacked by increasingly excessive stimuli, either by substance use or increased phones, games, and addictions. Okay. So, this is how the addiction happens when the dopamine response is always at a very high level and we cannot bring it down. Okay. Interestingly, the phone manufacturers, the app developers, they know this about you much more than any psychiatrist or psychologist. That is why they develop their apps, they develop their technology in such a way that you are made constantly look at your phone, constantly expect rewards or expect someone to message, okay, out of the blue. And this keeps reinforcing your reward cycle so that you keep on wanting more, 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 and the desire never stops. So the phone companies, they want you to be hooked onto the phone, right? And this is what we are fighting against, the large multinational companies. Design features that make phone addictive are endless scrolling. Many of you are using Facebook and Instagram, right? Am I right? Facebook,
Yeah.
many of you are using Facebook. Is it
Yes.
right?
Yes. More
Yes.
than
And
Facebook, etc. Doctor. So it is
ah,
WhatsApp which is claiming the maximum.
WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Correct. And many WhatsApp family groups, people keep on sending messages, right? They're endless messages and there are videos and everything, right? And it never stops. Okay, you keep on scrolling. There are WhatsApp channels also available, like people then kind of join those channels and entertainment purposes or news purposes. And what happens is that on digital media, even if you say that, okay, I will watch, you know, only news now on my WhatsApp channel, what the news channels do on social media is they sensationalize the news. There is no news in the end. There is only constant competition between these news medias to get your attention by giving only sensational, exciting, and sometimes troublesome news on your social media feed or WhatsApp. So that's how people want you to get hooked on your phones and not kind of go towards alternate in ways of collecting information, no? So this is how the design features of the phone make you hooked onto the phone. Okay. So other example like push notifications. Your phone keeps on beeping, ting, 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 ting. Okay. And then sets an alarm bell in your mind. So I have to get check my phone. If I miss something, what will happen? It is called FOMO, fear of missing out. Okay. What if I miss some important message? What will happen? What will talk about me? Okay. So all these things, the phone companies know how to design notification, how to, kind of timely whenever, and you may be very surprised to see it. If anyone has Swiggy or something on your phone, very surprisingly, somehow they know when you will be hungry. And that time only they will send you, Gaurav, see, this delicious food is waiting for you. No, so they somehow know your patterns of use, your patterns of shopping, your patterns of visual consumption, what you are seeing. Are you seeing, advertisements and looking for new models of cars? You will get car advertisements tomorrow. Every move you do is tracked online so that you are the consumer and they are the marketplace. They'll keep on feeding you more. Okay, so that is how we get hooked onto this system.
Doctor,
So
you have
coming
used,
to,
excuse me,
yes,
doctor,
sir.
you have used one, technical word, FOMO, FOMO
Okay.
or FOMO.
FOMO is fear of missing out.
That is,
Okay,
can you
we
just explain
usually
something
use
about
that
it,
word
doctor?
in youngsters.
Yeah.
We want to do, everyone is doing one thing. We also want to do that thing, right? We don't want to be missing out on something which the world is doing. So we usually, do that thing. Okay, because we are influenced by others. So that is called FOMO. Okay,
FOMO. Thank you, doctor. Thank you.
yes. So coming to actually what is the benefits and what are the costs when it comes to digital media use in the older adult population? Okay, how would you define successful aging? How would anyone of you, okay, can just, unmute yourselves and define what successful aging means to you? Can anyone say
So,
Successful,
how?
yeah.
successful letter. I will just start it, so for my
Yes,
friends can join.
yes,
Successful
sure.
aging is that I live a comfortable life, and I am. I mean, I have. I mean, the without a disease-free life, a disease-free and fully. I mean, functional life. That is what I mean.
Fully function.
Yeah, fully functional.
Yes, yes,
Fully
yes,
functional. Yeah.
yes.
Jayalakshmi madam, you like to add something?
Yeah,
Anyone else who's what to add?
Doctor,
I would like.
doctor may kindly be continue his speech. We
No,
can
no, sir, sir,
have
kindly wait,
question.
sir. Kindly wait, sir. Sir, I am
We can
No
responding
have
only.
problem. No
question.
Sir,
problem. No
Rangaraj sir.
problem.
Rangaraj
Yeah,
sir.
I'll
Rangaraj sir.
continue.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
frequent interactions will discontinue his speech, I
No,
think.
no.
Okay,
He
no
wanted a
problem. It
specific
is no
interaction.
problem. Okay,
Rangaraj sir.
so as I think everyone must be having kind of a similar idea of what healthy aging looks to them. Okay, kind of this picture wherein they are physically, able to do what they wish to do in life, right? Able to engage in their leisure activities, in their hobbies. Okay, it can be anything from gardening to art. Okay, socializing. Okay, being able to be sharp, very important, to play games, or to be thinking at the level of a youngster is very important in terms of healthy aging. And this is almost impossible without the use of technology nowadays, right? You kind of, everyone knows that technology is something which will definitely be a key driver in for us to adopt the new ways of life, to make our lives a bit easier, okay, and to connect with the younger generation to the world out there. It is inseparable. So we, first of all, we cannot do without technology, okay, but there are two key differences in which how younger population and older population use social media. What is their motivation to use? Younger people usually use social media to broadcast their lives. What is happening with them? Okay. The kind of, tell about whatever is happening in their college. Okay. See about other people's stories. Okay. How are they looking? Where have they gone for vacation? Okay. Each like they get for themselves, they feel validated. Okay. They kind of wait for when that person whom they like respond to their photos, messages them. But at the same time, research after research has said that youngsters face a loss of anxiety issues, face a lot of body image issues, like they're insecure about their body when they see models and people, okay, looking perfect in photos, which are sometimes edited, right? They're not always, what is in reality is not always shown on social media, especially by the younger population. 100 good moments, 100 kind of decent moments, okay, people might negate, and only one perfect photo they will put online. So the youngsters usually get kind of carried away with this hyper image of lifestyle, grand lifestyles, and usually the anxiety is much more than what benefits they would get from social media use. Elderly population's motivations are a lot different and very valid when they use social media use. And just see if your reason for using is one of these. First of all, forming social connections and intergenerational bonding. It is much easier to connect at times with the younger generation, okay, your grandkids or your kids living abroad, to social media, right? To the form of sharing of media, sharing of photos, okay, usually, kind of receiving information or sharing what you feel is, kind of right to your youngster generation. Okay, it's very important to bridge that social connection, to get that generational bonding happening, right? There is also a sense of feeling present always, okay, being able to comment on any news, say on Twitter or on YouTube, okay, you have the power to make a difference by commenting what you feel about it. Okay, that makes a lot of difference when you're able to share your ideas, viewpoint to everyone in the world. It gives a very strong sense of self, commitment, right? And also, you can also rediscover old lost acquaintances online, social connection. Then psychosocial and emotional well-being needs. A lot of studies have shown that social media is very important in combating loneliness. It is one of the very key features which has benefited an elderly population who sometimes, has very few social connections in real life. They can kind of switch on to the online world and make connections there, get a sense of self-satisfaction from the social media, okay, which will go a long way in reducing the loneliness. So this is the difference between younger population and the elderly population. A sense of relevance I've already spoken about, and online there are a lot of communities like this, WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups. Okay, like-minded people can come together, discuss about topics like sports, like dance, like songs, like politics, and you can kind of share freely with people you think alike with. That is one very big advantage of social media networks. One thing, how the elderly population, okay, is benefited from social media is called, one model is there. It's SOC model, which is called the compensatory model. Okay, optimization, selective optimization, and compensatory model. What happens? Okay, so we all know, see, after a particular age, after say, around 60 or 65, 70, there are limitations to what we can do physically. There are limitations to what people above a particular age can do physically, okay, and that limits their ability to socialize in the world, right? That is limitation, okay, and there also is a sense of understanding the elderly population that fine, okay, with my limitations, how I can use different resources, different technology to compensate for that limitations. What can I do? See, now if I'm having some knee pain, I cannot travel a long distance to attend an important political meeting online, okay, in person. But if that meeting is happening online and I have access to my, tab and access to some Zoom meeting like here, I can ask my question what I want to my minister, or I can ask my counselor, okay, about what I feel. I can tell him what I feel. So I'm making a difference. I'm using technology to compensate for my physical limitations. This is a very good strategy which elderly population will utilize if they utilize it very smartly. Okay. Other things they utilize information is for health management, information seeking. Sometimes it is used wrongly in terms of nowadays many people who are not qualified, who do not have adequate training in a particular subject, give information about diet, mental health, okay, about diabetes, anything around the world. But sometimes their motivation is in selling a product or selling themselves. It is not always that a medical opinion given online is specific to a particular person. So there we have got to be very careful as to, do we only kind of rely on information sent to us on WhatsApp by some of our relatives about how we manage our diabetes, or we go to a professional, get it checked, okay, get our doubts cleared, and we can interact with them in getting our doubts cleared. That is always the best way to go about when you're going about your health. Okay. So, and lastly, obviously, your leisure and personal experience. Okay, people watch funny videos online. Okay, they get entertained. They can pass their time. Okay, they can play games, and it doesn't have to be only time pass games. Okay, they are very cognitively, thinking games. Okay, puzzles which one can go online and play, which actually enhance the thinking abilities also, and also the safety and security. You can, if you say, if you're lost, or you're not, don't know the way, you can use Google Maps. You can use a lot of techniques, okay, to help you, which are there in your phone. It's a basically a safety device as well. You have got to understand how we can make maximum benefits with the technology we have. Okay. Likewise, I'd mentioned this a bit before. Okay, cognitive compensator. Okay, what happens in the older population is that we have certain thinking limitations, we have certain physical limitations. Okay, than what we had 20 or 30 years ago, right? So all these tools like, memory support, calendars, documenting daily life, okay, will provide you tools, okay, so that your difficult, tasks become easier, and you feel a sense of accomplishment, fine, yeah, okay, fine, it's okay. I have little less memory than before, I'm little less sharper, but I'm using technology to help me do what I want to do in life, and I'm proud of it. Okay, so this is a sense of accomplishment with the elderly population get when they kind of make a difference with technology. Okay. So, with whatever I've spoken so far, like how the adults and older adults use social media and screen, what are the benefits, but also how the side effects come in and what are the bad effects of using technology. This is a slide made out of over 30 studies, okay, done internationally or also in India, of how social media, actively engaging with social media can actually improve your learning abilities after a particular age. But if you remember one thing, on top side, you will see active cognitive participation. What does it mean? Fine. You're using your WhatsApp, right? Okay. But if you're using it only to share photos or to forward certain good morning messages or happy Makar Sankranti messages, it will not be of any help. Use this technology very wisely in kind of framing messages, personalized messages for your loved ones. What that will do, it will challenge your thinking ability, it will give you good mental exercise. Also, okay, your writing skills, your vocabulary skills will improve. Okay, so that is one way you can actively participate thinking on WhatsApp and Facebook, commenting, sharing something, okay, which will improve your thinking and writing skills. Okay, then we can also be very, very vigilant on whatever, say, you receive on Facebook or WhatsApp, whatever news or some information you received, you can be detectives and you can investigate if that information is correct or wrong. Do not quickly fall into that trap of saying that, okay, I'll forward you something. Oh, this is so bad. Okay, so from tomorrow, Modi is going to shut down all, banks, something like that. News comes very sensational. But then always be a detective, cross verify, go to different sites, go to official sites, and see if this news is fake or if news is true. By that, you will also be able to problem solve. Okay, the thinking ability, executive functions, okay, will only improve. Hmm. So various studies have seen that your processing speed, how quickly you think, how timely you're able to kind of shift tasks in your brain is improved when using social media actively, not passively. This is very clear in this slide. Okay, what and how you should use social media and technology. First, active use means creating posts, writing something on your own, okay, articulating your thoughts and actively commenting on something is much better than just minimally thinking and forwarding tasks, just seeing videos over and over again without really analyzing what does that mean. That is a very, very negative downside, and that will have negative effects on your memory. Secondly, language skills, how you structure sentences will enhance your language skills, but only sitting at one place and looking at your laptop or a phone or a tab for longer times can put you at risk of sedentary behavior, increasing your weight. Okay, you're not able to kind of be physically at the best place you are in, and that will have long-term negative side effects on your body, in turn, negative side effects on your brain. So there are downsides. You have to choose what kind of social media or mobile use you would want to have in the world. Okay. So last few slides about tackling the ghosts. So what is the ghosts on social media or on your phones? Who are the ghosts? These are scammers. No, these are fake news, fake photos, altered photos. How many of you all have been kind of, I would say, maybe be tried to scammed by scammers on your phone or shown a photo which was false? How many of you all have had that experience? You all can raise your hand or you all can just say yes.
Yeah, people can kindly respond because I have alone been
Yeah.
responding. People can
People
just
can
yeah,
just say yes if they have been
yeah,
kind of scammed or they
yeah,
were
yeah.
called by someone, some company saying that they will do so and so things, or they have got to give their PIN number. Many people, you know have these experiences, and unfortunately many people fall into this trap. Like small example I can give you, you know, of these headlines which were recently, okay, Bangalore tech park scam, how fraudsters use ads and fear to loot victims in the US. Okay. One more scam recently, I kind of came across this in Bangalore. There was this Trump hotel rental scam, if anyone must have kind of seen on paper or somewhere, wherein this was an AI generated video of Donald Trump promising huge daily returns, okay, to people who were invested in their infrastructure scam. And many people lost money in this. This was very recent in Bangalore. See this. Okay, a Bangalore victim falls to deep fake video wherein she saw a fake video of Sadhguru. Everyone knows Sadhguru over here, no? So it was a fake video and he was promoting a trading platform. Okay, and she, kind of got influenced by that video. Say, okay, Sadhguru has said this, it might be right. She invested money and it turned out to be a fake video. So even well-educated people, okay, fall to these scams, and I am no exception. Okay, many times we also kind of, do not pay attention to what we are doing online. So very carefully, okay, how you can stay safe online, how you can check if a news is true or not. First of all, do not believe any news unless it is coming from a verified source. Even if it is coming from a verified source, see that it is the same news and accurate news which is shared in different platforms. Say example, you get something on your WhatsApp. Okay, see that news, okay, and see if any news channel or a news website or a TV channel is showing that same news to be authentic and true. Only then kind of share it or kind of believe in some aspects of it. Secondly, there is something called as Google Checker, okay, fake media checker. And there is also something called as PIB, the Press Bureau of India Checker, okay, wherein you can, in Google Checker, you can just take a photo of the news article, okay, or just scan it, and you can even scan an image which you feel this is might be a false image, okay, I'm not sure. I'll just take this photo, okay, and you can ask Google to verify what this image is about, okay, where this image has come from, and then it will run through its software. It is called Google Scam Alert. Okay, very important platform for everyone to understand. Always, nowadays sometimes people do not even trust traditional media like TV, news channels, but still it is a pretty credible source of information, and it runs through various filters, right? Like first, okay, the news is brought by the field reporter, then the editor sees it, then it runs through multiple checks. Okay, most trusted news media and print channels, okay, do their verification, put it across, okay, rather than someone on social media, okay, just hearing something and they'll create a big video, okay, talking about big claims, but that is only to get your attention. So you have to be very careful if your source of information and news is only from social media, okay, that has to be, okay, not done. Then you have to go to spot sensationalism. If a news article is showing, okay, 10 big things you can do to lose weight today, or this is a magic formula, okay, to be fit throughout your life, please be careful. Okay, there is nothing like a magic pill or some, magic financial scheme which will give you 3x returns in 1 month. If people are making big claims, it is false. Okay, it is always the case. Okay, so you have to be careful of when people are doing sensationalization of news. Okay, you have to be very careful in believing them. Many photo editing apps are available nowadays, so you have to be careful of believing everything. But at the same time, okay, now what people are doing is that even if they do something wrong online, or they say something, bad, really bad to people, or they are seen in a place where they should not be seen, people say, "Arey, that is a fake video of mine. That is a fake photo of mine." So it is sometimes very funny that now, if, even if you kind of do something bad, okay, you can claim it is a fake video. The reality is, people, even children sitting at home, can change or manipulate a photo to an extent in which you will not even recognize if it is true or false. So be very careful of believing everything there is online. And obviously, keep on learning how these things are done. Okay, keep on enhancing your digital literacy, your safety profile. People must have two way verification, okay, of whatever apps they're using. Make sure that no children or someone have access to your app. Okay, you have got your thumbprint on your app done. Okay, so that only you have access to it. Okay, there is no manipulation. Excessive details of yours are not there online. Okay, like your location every time. Okay, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Don't want to see it. Only people who want to rob your house may want to see wherever you are every time going outside. Okay, people have done fake scams by copying Instagram accounts or Facebook accounts. They copy your photo, create a new account, message your friend. Okay, send, I want 5,000 rupees now urgently. I'll tell you later what is happening. People sometimes give it, but now people are much more aware. Okay, they verify it, they call you up and they ask you. Okay, but sometimes people can get fall into this trap. So how to prevent the harm of excessive social media use? How to prevent ourselves from getting hooked onto social media? Few simple rules before I end my talk. Okay, first is active screen participation, like I told previously. Okay, you actively comment, actively create something, actively type that message. Okay, rather than just mindless scrolling, watching only videos. Very important tool to reduce the harm of continuous repetitive use. Secondly, if you're using a phone, most smartphones have this option of converting the colored phone into a grayscale. Almost every phone has this option. So if you feel that you usually watch phone very late in the night, okay, it is you cannot stop it. Try switching your phone settings, and anyone can do it for you. If there are children in the house or younger adults, okay, they can do it for you easily on the phone. If you're not able to find that, use grayscale method after 9 p.m. in the night. Even if you feel like using it, after 10 minutes, you will feel bored. Forget, I will not use it. I'll switch it off and I will sleep. Okay, just try it. It's a very interesting method. Whenever you're watching something on the phone, make it a point that after 15 to 20 minutes, you keep the phone down, look 20 feet away at any point. Look, or look a lot outside your window or some place very far for 20 seconds, down 20 seconds, and only if you want to watch that thing back, you can use your phone again. Have those 20-minute breaks compulsorily, okay, to adjust your eyes. And in your home environment, make no phone zones. Like when you're eating together as a family for dinner, no phones, no notifications, keep the phone off. When after 9 p.m., you're planning to go to bed, you're planning to sleep at a particular time, try to, if possible, not switched off, but at least keep your phone on silent or emergency contacts only settings are available when only people who are close to you can contact you. Other phones will be silent. Okay, so that also settings you can do after a particular time. So all these things, all these tricks can help you not be addicted to social media. So lastly, okay, a few things, okay, which may have missed out, like set boundaries, which I've told. Focus on your close friends and relatives. Engage with them personally, okay, rather than only sending them messages. Call them up, speak to them, okay, rather than only sending forwards. Okay, silence the notification. Like every app sometimes keep on sending you notifications. No? So you can go to their app notification settings. You can switch off the notification settings of the app. You do not want again and again messages like Swiggy or some other things. You do not want them to message you again and again. Go to the notification settings, switch it off. Maybe WhatsApp, you may need to have settings on, okay, of notification because otherwise you may miss an important message. Things you do not require at all. Swap the habit. Try to re-engage yourself in reading books, creative arts, which you can kind of actively engage your mind in creating something new. So lastly, in my last slide, I just summarize some points, okay, which you can read over here. Okay, to state that Addiction is defined by functional impairment, not heavy use. Extensive daily screen time increases physical and health risks, very important. Seniors use health tech as compensatory strategies for age strategies. Okay. Then you can see here, which I've been talking about, how to verify information online, have screen-free zones, focus on strengthening the relationships, and sometimes not using is not an option. So you have got to reduce the amount of time and balance your screen time accordingly. So with this, I would like to, conclude my talk over here and invite people to ask their questions about their screen use and what, difficulties they face when doing so. Would like to kind of hear from them. Thank you.
Thank you, doctor. So it will be better if you can remove your screen. I mean, if you can stop screen share, so that people can easily come online.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great, doctor. Thank you. Thank you. It was a wonderful lecture, doctor. It was a wonderful program. I mean,
Thank you.
you have covered almost all the points that the seniors need to know about yeah, phone usage. And yes, yes, and we are educated on this. And you have very beautifully brought out the points about the scams also, because
Yes.
many of us have been affected. We have conducted some sessions on these scams also. How people are being scammed
That is
also
nice.
by using these phones, etc. Therefore, it's a good lesson that people also know about that. There are a couple of doctors also here in the meet. I would first request them to just add, whether they would like to add anything. Dr. Shankar, would you like to add anything, Doctor? Dr. Shankar,
So please.
uh, Shankar, he is the is I mean he's an associate professor in Skidway. He is Dr.
Wonderful.
Shankar. I think she is in mute. Okay. I mean, Jayalakshmi
Uh,
madam, you wanted to add
Sir,
something?
I can talk now, I think. Can you
Please,
hear
please,
me, sir?
Yes,
please,
Dr.
doctor,
Shankar.
please go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry. So actually, I am going back to home, so it was on a mute. This thing. So basically, as sir said, that lot of good points have been brought out regarding the loneliness, how social media is helping the elders, and how this social media itself is also ruining them. I even recall my own father, who has been duped of around 75,000 rupees long back. So, despite him not having any phone at that time, he doesn't use a social media phone. But somebody tried to say that you take out some amount of money from this thing, you go to the ATM, we will double some nonsense. So he believed. So the elders, everybody knows. The scammers also know that the senior citizens use the WhatsApp a lot, and that's how they give the logos. Many times even the SBI logos are posted, so
Easy to
thinking that the
copy.
bank
It's very easy
messages
to
are sent.
copy. Yeah.
Very easy to copy, but they're doing that all these.
Hmm.
So it's very difficult even for the people who are sane and who are using technology also to know that is this fake or true. So many things, so many times um, we cannot differentiate the true from the false. So,
Right.
how much it is a boon, it's also a bane for senior citizens. So, a very important thing as sir said, that to take the help of younger children, they know all these things very well. How to stop, how to, even though he has pointed out a lot, but the practical help will be only from your younger kids who can help you in this, to how to use how to cut off these scams and all that. So it's a very good lecture, and of course, fear of missing out. Fear of missing out is huge not only in children, elders,
Everyone.
adults also. That I have not seen this place. So everybody is doing social media. Everybody is going somewhere else. I am not going. So we never had this fear of missing out when we were children. But now these days, children are like my own kid. She says, "Why can't I have a boyfriend?" She's 13. So I mean, like we
Natural.
told that it's too young. These relationships take a heavy toll. But she says everybody else has a boyfriend in my class. So this fear of missing out is huge. It's huge. So social media plays a lot in this thing.
Yeah,
So coming days are
especially in
not only make
youngsters.
us our life easier, but it is also make our life difficult. Of course, it's contradictory statement, but
Mm,
this is going to happen. So very nice talk by sir, and thank you, sir, for including me here.
Thank you.
So over
Thank
to
you,
you.
Doctor.
yes,
It's a
sir.
wonderful contribution.
So,
Your contribution is yes taken. But Mr. Narendra Vaidya, he
Yes,
wants to
sir.
talk. He has
Yes,
raised
sir.
hands.
Yes, sir.
madam,
You can.
I'm a
yes, sir.
geriatrician.
Yeah, yeah.
I
You
Yes,
can.
sir.
am I
Yes.
am associated with a old age home. We have
Yeah.
40
Very good. Very good. Very
residents
good.
there.
Very good, Doctor. Very
Uh,
good.
Yes.
and in some, I have found that they, because of this overuse of this social media, their sleep-wake cycle is all disturbed.
Mm,
So,
Yes,
what advice
true,
can
true,
you
true, sir.
give,
absolutely.
doctor?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
See, finally, we also have to got to understand that it works both ways. Whenever patients or some people come to me saying that, okay, so I just cannot sleep.
Doctor, you are muted.
No voice.
No, wait, wait, wait. Doctor is muted. Just to say, just allow some time, ma'am.
Okay, I
Let's
am not
be
able to
let's
kind
be
of
patient.
immediately lie down and feel sleepy.
Doctor, you are
So,
muted for some time. Can you just repeat?
okay, can you hear me?
Ah, yeah, yeah. Now it is fine, Doctor.
Okay. So, it was giving an example of, many patients come to us, okay? Even when they do not get sleep for 1, 2 days, okay, they kind of panic, they fear. What happens is, okay, especially as we grow older, not very older also, even after 25, 30 years of age, what happens is our sleep wake cycle, if when we say it is not only a daily cycle, it is kind of a 28-day cycle of slowly changing the phase of the sleep. So that for after a month, what happens is that we are out of phase with our sleep for 1, 2 days naturally. It is a natural phenomenon. And when during that time, when you're out of phase meaning when our sleep hormones are not kind of working at the time we want them to work. This goes out of phase for 2 to 3 hours every month. And if some people can kind of accept it, fine, okay, I'm not sleeping well. I'll do I'll do some other tasks, some menial reading, okay, some hearing of some mild songs, okay, and I'll pass this time and things will get better. If that is the thing, okay, fine. But when screens come into this picture, okay, I'm not getting sleep, I will watch movies. Okay, I will watch something. Okay, I'm not getting, I'm feeling very bored. I'll do something. And then itself disrupts sleep even more, which further worsens the sleep wake cycle schedule disruption. That is where the problem happens. And when people force themselves to expect sleep, I want to sleep, I'm not getting sleep, I'm not getting sleep. It puts an emotional and cognitive pressure on ourselves, which further worsens the sleep. The only thing we can do is, okay, accept that our sleep will not be perfect always. That is one thing we have got to accept. Keep ourselves physically active throughout the day as much as possible so that our brain understands, fine, okay, my daytime is for my physical heavy duty work. My bed and my bedroom is only for sleep. My bed, I do not lie down and hold my phone. Okay, that is the worst thing you can do. Okay, if you're not getting sleep, get up from your bed, sit down comfortably in a light kind of environment. Hear light Karnataka music or something which you like doing, maybe paint, okay, or do a crossword. Enough. Okay, and that will cover almost 80% of the population's issues. Then okay, people who do not, benefit from that, we move on to medications, okay, like melatonin, lamborexant, to shift their sleep-wake cycle. All has to do with habits. How you habituate yourself to get the activity in the daytime and restfulness in the night. It's much more complex, but a simplistic answer to this is this. Sometimes it is normal not to have good sleep always.
That's a very, very important
Thank you, sir.
contribution.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. It's a
Yes,
very
sir.
important
Yes, sir.
contribution. In fact, people always tend to think that I should have the same kind of sleep always.
Yes.
See,
Yes,
this
yes.
is, coming from horse's mouth or an expert's mouth, that sleep is something that changes quite often. And over a period of a month, it has got lots of variation. That's a very important sideline. Beautiful information, additional information, doctor, from you. Thank you for that, doctor.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Jayalakshmi ma'am has, I think, so raised her hand
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
long
Jayalakshmi
time.
ma'am, you want to talk something?
Yeah. Good
Please add, ma. Please talk, ma.
evening, Gaurav.
Being-
How are you?
I'm good, ma'am. Nice to see you.
27 years old. I have heard so many speeches. Today I enjoyed each and every word of this one. Every word which was required by senior elders living alone. I enjoyed your talk, and it was very much necessary for everyone. The younger generation, what they do simply is to show their capacity or capability or something like that. They say, I bought the car, I had been here. They say like that, and they feel depressed when somebody finds the classmates bought some other car. But these things are not happening in elders' case, sir. Elders see some
Different.
spiritual talk or some old songs. People with awareness, they know how to manage, and they are not using the mobile, up to my knowledge, to that extent. And we know where the scam is coming. We know how to of that one also. Maximum we are trying. Only thing we must have awareness. What we are
Yes,
doing.
very important.
Yes, and like that, sleep also. Whenever I don't get, as you said, 24 days I sleep so nicely. Once in a way, if I don't get sleep, I sit for some time, do little pranayama, that's all.
Hmm.
Without my knowledge, I start sleeping, I'll go to the bed. Maximum
Perfect.
do that. I
Perfect.
enjoy your talk, had a very, very good time with you. Have a
Thank you.
great future. May God bless you, doctor. May
Thank you
God. I'm
so much, sir.
7 and living in Bangalore, Malaysia alone. I'm enjoying my life. Enjoying my life.
I hope to be like you when I'm your age. I hope to be like you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Little talkative and enjoying person,
Thank you.
socializing person. Many people are not like that, including my sister itself. She will not talk to anybody. If you ask one question, I will answer 10 answers. If you ask 10 questions, she will answer one. And they can be happy at all. That thanksgiving must be there. Happiness will automatically will come back to us. That is my policy. Thank you for giving
Thank you
so
for
much.
those kind words.
Thank
Excuse me.
Thank you for
Can
those
I,
Thanks,
kind
ma.
words.
Thank
can
you,
I,
Ram. See, now
can I?
Yes, sir.
the time is getting
Yeah, just
over.
one moment, sir.
Yeah, please, ma. Please, please,
Yeah.
please.
See, even I am also having this, frequently looking into mobile. And what I have noticed is my attention span has reduced. So earlier I used to, listen to longer lectures and even the music. Now gradually it has reduced. Even I feel 5 minutes and 6 minutes is lengthy. So the reels are our attention span. That is, which is 1 minute, 2 minute. So
Absolutely.
what to do about that?
You want some
So,
solution for that, madam?
No, I'm just asking.
Yeah,
yeah, I,
you
I
want some
understood. I
solution?
understood the
Yeah,
Solution.
I
attention
understood the
span.
question.
Yeah, yeah.
And it is what we seek finally. Finally, at the end of the day, what we consume more often, okay, leads to what our brain is accustomed to think. Finally, our brain is nothing but an adjustment device. Okay, it adjusts to the scenario you put yourself into, right? If, example, today I send you out on a nice trek with no phones, no TV, nothing, okay, you will feel uncomfortable maybe for a day or two. But after a point of time, your brain will learn how to live in the wilderness, okay, observe the trees, observe the moving of the clouds. It will be comfortable doing that. Okay. And then, okay, you will feel that, okay, why was I using the phone much often? So, attention span reducing is definitely not an abnormality. It's a consequence of how the content is created for your phone, because they are the worst, I can say, psychologists, because they've gone so deeply into knowing how our brain works. They create content in a particular time span only. Shorts, now YouTube has adopted shorts also. Okay, it is endless scrolling. And for me personally, I also have a very similar experience to you, ma'am. Since I was using Instagram also a lot in the past few years, but now I use it only to create videos and to publish videos. I hardly see anything unless my friend has sent me something very important. I only kind of hear audiobooks, very important, and I listen to podcasts. That is how I get my entertainment from, or a long form movie. Okay, so at least I can imagine, I can think about a story. I can then kind of have futuristic outlook towards what I am looking at, and that sometimes the brain misses on everyday things. You've got to keep practicing, keep consuming content in a way which is longer form, like maybe 1 hour educational video or something, okay, which runs, which it takes you time to understand and figure out. I would suggest you, if you have the time and patience, switch on to kind of listening to podcasts or watching long form videos, okay, and absolutely kind of deleting or reducing your use of WhatsApp to the bare minimum for communication. It will be one easy advice you can kind of apply and see how it works later.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, doctor.
Thank you,
Thank you.
doctor.
Thank you.
Doctor, good evening. Only one request from my side. I am
Yes,
Bhuvneshwari
ma'am.
from Bangalore. Doctor, that PPTs, each and every picture was so informative and very nice to put it out, even for everybody at home. Is it possible for you, doctor, to kindly share it?
Yeah, sure, sure. And it is verified information. Even if I would use
Yeah,
AI
yeah,
tools,
wonderful
all the matter
information.
I have verified through research publication. So that is why it is easy to look at, but the information there is 100% perfect. So I'll share it across,
Yeah,
okay, to
Bhuvanesh madam.
madam, and
Yes,
take it.
sir.
Bhuvanesh
I'll
madam,
share
one
it
thing
across.
that as
Yes,
usual,
sir.
as usual, this program will be uploaded in
It's
our
recorded, no?
WhatsApp, yeah, in
It's
our
recorded.
YouTube channel.
Of
So
course,
there
sir,
are,
it is recorded,
Always.
which we can hear. But that PPTs, I want to really take a picture of that and, put it in my.
what I
Uh,
can what I can do is I can request doctor to send the PPT alone to our group, so that I mean to send it
I'll
to
do that.
the, yeah, to our coordinator. So I will ask her to just put it in our group, doctor, so that the people who are
Sure, sure.
interested in
You
PPT
have
alone,
definitely, you can.
yeah, if it is okay for you, doctor, we can do like that.
Yes,
Edited
yes,
video will
definitely it is
be
okay.
Thank
thank
you, sir.
you.
Thangaraj
Thank you.
sir, would
Thank
you
you,
like
sir,
to
so
talk
much.
anything, sir? Thangaraj sir, because it's getting late. Would you like to talk anything, sir?
edited
Ah,
edited will be video will be shared, I think.
no, no,
Uh,
not
Time
necessarily.
consuming. Now
Sir,
it is more than 1 hour. We have to minimize the speeches with notification. It will be useful to see the people who are interested.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I understand your point, sir. I understand. Yes, sir. Uh, Sir, now, madam, it's getting quite late. Doctor is also a busy doctor. So already we have crossed our time. It's already 5:10 or so. Um,
Yes, sir.
yeah. Please.
I'll,
Yeah.
yeah.
Please, yeah.
On behalf of the organizing team, we sincerely thank Dr. Gaurav sir for this enlightening webinar. He provided a clear understanding of addiction and the spectrum of use while thoughtfully explaining the consequences, vulnerabilities, and neuroscience behind screen and social media addiction. His insights into design features that promote addictive use, along with a balanced discussion on successful aging and the impact of screen use on older adults' cognition, the good, the bad, and the concerning, were especially valuable. The use of real world examples made the session very relatable and engaging. We are grateful to Dr. Gaurav sir for sharing his expertise and time with us. Thank you for this truly enriching session, sir.